Hey guys, this is Sally from Disabled Advantage. I wanted to, I just almost fell down, didn't actually fall down, but I got back from a walk and I'm still rebuilding my knee, and I was walking back across the yard and my bad leg, or the leg that I'm trying to recover, buckled and hyperextended and then buckled and hurt really bad, and so I doubled over and I called Austin to come help me, and that's his job. But what I want to show you guys is that when I have suspect leg days or confirmed bad leg days, I walk Austin in off-duty work harness. That's this red harness that he's wearing here. It's got service dog leash wraps on either side of it, so he's still labeled as a service dog, but it allows him to give me stability assistance on walks, and the rule is he can play in it. Whereas his gray harness that he wears in public, he's not allowed to play in, so that he maintains work and off-duty mode. Now, the thing is, Austin also knows that this harness, if there's pressure being put on it, he's working. So right after my leg buckled, he came over to me and I held on to his harness like this, and I told him to take me to the porch, which he did, and then we went back to playing. And you might find it weird that I let him play in this. Play, or like, why do I make a distinction? But the reason is that the reality of CRPS is that I can't always predict when I'm going to have bad days or when I'm going to have flares. I need him to be confident working in a bunch of different gear. Most of the time he works with no gear on whatsoever. But then when he goes out in public, we want him to maintain a certain level of decorum, so he wears gray. But if we're taking an off-duty walk, he wears an orange vest, or he wears this harness. But this is what he wears a lot, especially during the winter when it snows. I'm more prone to falling. But why do I leave it on him? It comes off as soon as we go back in the house. But the reason it stays on him during playtime is that, so on a walk, even if it's an off-duty walk, technically some part of it, he needs to be ready to kick back into on-duty at a moment's notice. That's just the reality of CRPS and working with a service dog. The reason I keep it on him for playtime is that part of his training includes, we're going to play, and then I'm going to call you for help, and then I'm going to send you back out for playtime, and then I'm going to call you back to help again. So that he learned in his puppy days that playtime doesn't always mean you get to ignore me. Playtime means you get to have fun until I need you, and then I need you for like a few minutes, and then you can go back to playing. And including that in part of his training was super, super important for him understanding this concept. And he still gets it wrong. There's still some days where he makes mistakes. My old service dog too. I just remind them, we work through it, we do a training session, and then they still get to go back to playing. But why it's so important for real life is just now. I was walking through the yard. I thought I was fine. I wasn't. My leg buckled. It gave out. I almost went down. I caught myself using my core and my other leg, and he saw it. He immediately started rushing over even before I had the chance to call his name. And because he still had that harness on, it immediately gave me something to hold on to and have him take me back to someplace safe. And now, for going back in the house, I'm going to be able to clip my leash to the harness and create a temporary counterbalance strap, and he will support me as we walk back in the house to make sure I walk back in safely. If I had taken that vest off the second we got home from our walk, I wouldn't have that resource. I would still be able to hold on to him because it was included in his training, but holding on to a harness is much more secure than holding on to a dog's shoulders and their fur. So if this is something that interests you, and you need help with the training, book a consult with me, because I'd love to help you get started training your CRPS service dog and see it all the way to the finish with you. But if you're just looking for general tips, look for a harness that is similar to your work harness that you can modify to do what you need it to do, but that's also going to feel markedly different to your dog, and that's going to feel more easygoing, more easy to move in, like this one. So I'll include pics of his gray harness so you can see the difference. But this harness is, he can move in it very easily. It's very lightweight. Austin, stand. Good. It doesn't have any straps on it, but I can hold it pretty easily with my hand like this for short, 50 feet stints. And then we have an 18-inch leash clipped to a belt that I wear on walks like this. And this is a quick release. If I pull this, it'll let go. This is his primary leash that he wears on walks. So this is the counterbalance. And now we can, Austin, take, give. Thank you. Now let's go in. He can stabilize me, and I can hold on to it for extra support as we walk in the house more safely. So this is something to consider if you have a disability like CRPS or CRPS that is very much a fluid. Sometimes you need your service dog's help, and other times you can get by with less of their help. This is a good in-between solution for your suspect days or your definite bad days. Thanks for watching.